What is up, everybody? My name is KoriMaria and I'm back at it again with another video. And today I am basically just going to be talking to you guys about how my experience was in my first fully remote semester at the University of Michigan. I'm going to be telling you guys what I learned and ultimately how I did this semester. So I'm going to be getting into my grades, my GPA, all of that in this video. So just stay tuned and watch the end. As everybody knows by now, in March, we were forced to evacuate campus, leave our dorms, leave our in-person classes, and go home. Since then, I've been learning online, but this semester was actually the first semester where our professors were prepared to teach us in an online setting. Students knew really what to expect virtually, so I thought it would be good for me to share kind of my experience with fully remote classes and what I learned, and just basically giving you guys tips going forward on how to navigate these online classes, because we might be in this situation for quite some time or a little while longer, so it's good to know how to maneuver and basically how to get through these online classes. So that's what this video is for. But before getting into this video, I wanted to share with you that this video is actually sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, who I have partnered with on their Spread Hope Not COVID campaign. So as we all know, 2020 has taken a toll on us, but we're still not out of the woods just yet. So after the holiday season, COVID-19 numbers are once again on a surge in the state of Michigan, breaking new records every single day. We've got to do our part in wearing our masks, staying 6 feet apart, and making sure that we stay home if we're feeling sick. Together, we can come out of this stronger than ever and have a heck of a story to tell generations coming after us. So if you'd like more information on how to stay informed and protect others and yourself from COVID-19, please be sure to download the Michigan COVID Alert app and visit michigan.gov/coronavirus test to find testing locations if you or a loved one have been exposed to COVID-19. We have to come together as one in order to tackle this, y'all. We are going to get through this together. We just all have to make a collective effort to stop the spread of this virus. Stay inside, stay safe, stay 6 feet apart. Do your part, and I promise the rest will take care of itself. So with that being said, we're just going to hop right into the rest of the video. So how did my first fully remote semester at the University of Michigan go? Well, I learned that online classes are hard. They're harder than in-person classes. I might be biased when I say that, but I personally think that online classes are harder than in-person classes. Now hear me out. I'm a person that thrives off of in-person teaching, and I learned that very quickly. Online classes can be very demotivating when I don't have that physical interaction. I'm not able to go up to my teacher after class and ask them a quick question about, something that they said in a lecture. I have emailed them every single question that I have. Like, I hate doing that. I go to office hours and there might be too many people where I can't even ask a question, or I feel like my question might be dumb, so I can't ask it privately. And being in person gave me the opportunity to ask those questions in private and just have the teacher walk me through any problems that I was having with the coursework. But with online learning, it was hard because you didn't know something. You either had to email the teacher and risk getting a very vague, not so good answer to your question, or you had to be a part of this large office hours with a whole bunch of other people learning from home who have questions, who might judge you based off of your stupid questions. Maybe I'm the only one who cares about this, but it's nerve-wracking for me asking questions in office hours. It was hard. A lot of things I had to teach myself. I had to rely on my peers to kind of figure out a lot of stuff, figure out a lot of problems that I was having with coursework. Once I got acclimated with the fact that, okay, Kori, you're going to have to teach yourself some of this stuff. Like, you just got to do the best you can and move on. Once I just realized, like, you're doing the best that you can in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a panty, everything was a lot better. I just, gave myself that grace and just kept pushing. So another thing that I learned during online classes is that even if you do have a class in person, please make an educated decision on whether or not you actually want to attend that class in person or online. Because if you go in person, you are exposing yourself to so many different elements. You could very well be exposing yourself to the virus. class. And I did have to make this decision because I did have a class that was originally in person, but I opted out of that because I didn't want to be exposed. I just opted to take all of my classes online. I just learned to take the proper precautionary measures that were right for me. You just have to fully weigh all of your options before making that choice. And if you do choose to attend, heavily advise you to mask up and stay 6 feet apart, which UMich did a really good job at doing. They enforced those rules really well. And I didn't really hear of any complications that people had in class when they attended classes in person, which is really good and all you can pretty much ask for given the current state of our world. So another thing that I learned is that some people just do not care about the rules. They don't care about other people's lives. They don't care about the guidelines set in place. These people who are partying, having gatherings with way more people than they need to, who have not been tested, who have been showing signs of COVID-19, who are passing COVID from one person to the next, they are a part of the problem. I saw a lot of people like that at UMich this semester, but I made sure that I was nowhere near them and that I wasn't partaking in any of that. But it was just really hard to see. It's like, man, some people really don't care. They really don't. But that's just another thing that I learned. Like, people are going to do what they want to do. You just have to make sure that you're doing the right thing, you're staying safe, and that you are not a part of those people who are choosing to engage in breaking the rules. Like, I want to make it out of this. I'm not playing with this. COVID is real. It's not a game. I know so many people who have been impacted by COVID. This is very, very serious. I just feel like it should not be taken lightly at all. Ever. Okay, so something else that I learned on the social spectrum of things is that you don't run into friends anymore on campus because nobody's on campus. Campus is empty. So in order for you to maintain those relationships that you genuinely want to upkeep, you have to make the effort to reach out to those people, to make those connections, or to maintain those connections, because they can literally just like fizzle away in the blink of an eye because you haven't seen them, haven't talked to them in however long due to COVID. So it kind of helped keep me accountable because sometimes I forget to reach out to people. Sometimes I become so busy, but being that classes were online, I wasn't going anywhere, so I could really slow down, think about, who haven't I talked to in a minute? Who do I want to talk to? And it allowed me to reach out to them. So another thing I learned was that you get to move at your own pace in these classes. You get to create your own schedule, which was really nice for me. I really enjoyed getting to be in charge of my own day, getting to do things when I wanted to. I just loved it because I could get up, go to the gym, come back and eat, start my work for the day, work till I finished or felt like I was finished, then kind of relax and do whatever, I saw fit. But in doing that, you have to be really aware or be honest with yourself in whether or not you've done enough work for the day, or if you need to keep working, or if you need to catch up on things, and if you're falling behind, because it can be easy to fall behind if you are not holding yourself accountable for all the work that you have to do. Oh yeah, those lectures and the homework piles up fast if you let it. So please just stay on top of your stuff and you'll be good. You just make a little schedule for yourself so that you can stay on top of everything. I learned that I have the most free time I've ever had in college. Now, me personally, I spend a lot of that free time binge watching my favorite show, Survivor. It's my newly found favorite show. Don't be like me. Please don't be like me. Please do your homework when you're supposed to. You kind of have to be really good with time management. I had to get good with time management. I was already pretty decent, but once I found my show, I kind of, jumped off the deep end. But I got to check. Another thing I learned is that it can be boring at home. It can be boring staying cooped up in the house all day. So please make sure you get out. Grab a friend, grab a pet, grab something, grab a smoothie, and get out the door. It's a lot more motivating to go out and see others out and moving and being people, because inside you're kind of trapped away from the real world. You really kind of lose connection. So it helps to go out and see, there are people, they're alive, they're doing well, and it kind of motivates you to get things done. Another thing I learned is that you can make online classes work to your advantage if you plan accordingly. So let's say you finished your homework at the beginning of the week. Well, now you got the whole week to chill. You can free up a lot of time by choosing to do your work ahead of time, choosing to watch lectures ahead of time. It all depends on the class, if the lectures are recorded or not. One of the last things that I learned is that the school can only do so much in putting all these guidelines into place. You have to be the one to hold yourself accountable and actually practice them and go that extra mile. Go out of your way to protect yourself and to protect others from this virus, because again, it is real, y'all. And like I said, if you guys are looking for more information on COVID, on protecting yourself and others from this virus, please be sure to download the Michigan COVID Alert app or log on to michigan.gov/coronavirus to learn more about this disease and how you can become more educated on it and how to educate others about it. So now, probably the part you guys have been waiting for: how did I finish out this semester? How did I do? So I finished out this semester with all A's. Okay. At one point, I didn't think that I would be able to do that, but by the grace of God, I did it. It moved my cumulative GPA up to a 3.704. It's going to stay pretty much where it's at for graduation, which is something I'm completely fine with. I'm fine with graduating with 3.7. And I think I've done well throughout my college career being in engineering. Like, it's hard, but I think I'm making it work. I think I've done a really good job, and I'm finishing out as strong as I can. Take this advice into next semester, plan accordingly, do your part, stay safe, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.